dream. Journey on. Still broken up about it.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but it's always whenever it's super late, I like to be productive, and I guess me being productive right now is vlogging. So it's 2 in the morning, it's past 2 in the morning. I just got home from concert, hanging out with friends, just finished brushing my teeth, and now I feel like vlogging. So here I am. I initially wanted this vlog to be a silent vlog, but I didn't have enough footage for that, so it's just gonna be like, you already saw the intro part. It's just a short little montage. But today was fun. Honestly, I feel like this vlog is gonna be over the course of a few days, because there really isn't enough meat to make it a full vlog. But it's good because it teaches me how to be adaptive and flexible. So I'm probably just gonna finish up this, maybe film a little bit of myself working on my laptop and journaling on my iPad, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I don't know, we'll see how late I sleep tonight. I'm actually super sleep deprived, so let's get to work. So I ran 1 mile at 10:30 pace, which is an improvement from what I did, was it yesterday or the other day before that, which was 11 minutes. And for over the span of a couple days, I think that's a pretty good improvement. And I don't want to just, try to get a better time every single time I run, but I want to enjoy running. And dude, running is so fun. I had to push myself, I'm not gonna lie, to get that record, but it was worth it. It was so worth it. Okay, so today is Monday, and it's technically one of my free days. I slept in today. I woke up at like 10 o'clock. But we got a few errands. I might bring you along with me. I'm still getting used to recording during random parts of the day. I think I need to make that into a habit. Even if it's just like really small. If I can capture just that little portion of that day, that would be like perfect. But still getting used to vlogging, even though my life is pretty boring. Like there's nothing really going on at the moment. But once I do go on more trips, I'll hopefully have it down, or at least be a little bit more comfortable doing this. Okay, honestly dude, vlogging is pretty hard. There's not much to say, especially when my life is a little boring at this point. I'm just staying at home for the most part. I am going out to do errands in a little bit, but other than that, I literally just stay at home. I work at home, and there's not really much to do or to say. And maybe that's just me lacking the creative mind to make my day sort of exciting, or in a way where people would want to watch it. But I'm gonna figure that out. But for now, I am on my meal break for about an hour. I got myself a smoothie. As you can see, it's pretty full, and there's a lot of it. One of my favorite things at the moment, really healthy. It's literally just almond milk, frozen fruits, protein powder, supplements like collagen, creatine, chia seeds, stuff like that. And then I also have a bowl of scrambled eggs. This is how I like to make my scrambled eggs. and maybe I'll make a video on that one day, but it's really good. I like to put a little bit of crushed red pepper on top. I actually like to put quite a lot, and then I have some more salt to taste because I don't really like going too much with the salt when I'm cooking, and if ever I feel like it needs salt, then I'll just add some more salt. But that's it. I'm gonna watch some anime. I'll see you in a bit.
Blame it on my ADHD. I can't focus on you lately. I want you to know you haven't been on my mind. You gotta keep trying. 일하다 놓쳤나? Blame it.
I've interrupted my anime to just sprinkle some of this crushed red pepper flakes onto my scrambled eggs. And to be honest, it doesn't really change the flavor that much. I don't even know what it does, to be honest. But I bought this, so I'm gonna use it. As you can see, there's still quite a bit. So I can go ham, and this thing would last a very, very long time. In terms of salt, I could add more, but I don't really need to, especially since it does taste really good already. In terms of spice, it doesn't really add any spice either, but I don't know, I just add it anyways. Why is it coming out? Dude, yeah, this is what my bowl looks like. Yeah, that's what it looks like at the moment. It looks pretty bomb, right? It's actually very good. It's my favorite way of making eggs at the moment besides fried eggs.
On my ADHD. Did you say you wanna date me? 나 생각보다 그렇게 착하지 않아. 너뿐이라고 거짓말한 건 미안해. I really didn't know how I felt about you.
Honestly, it's just gonna be one quick stop and then we're gonna head home. But I was thinking that maybe next time I could take you guys on like a little trip where we go to the park and have a little picnic there and do some work, or the beach even. That would be pretty cool. I literally just went in there for this because we're taking the other car today. And there's no real reason for me wanting to use this car. It's just I have the privilege to be able to choose which car I want to drive. And this is the one that I felt like using, so I'm very grateful. And in all honesty, there really isn't much to talk about. I don't really know what else to talk about other than to probably give you a little bit more tips and if you wanted to start vlogging. And I don't know, sometimes I'm like, these guys don't need tips, they know what they're doing. But if you are a beginner and you've never started vlogging yet and you wanted to start vlogging, I have 3 tips that I want to talk about. And these are tips that don't really get talked about often, but these are the ones that came up to mind and things that I'm trying to implement personally. So the first thing is to be organized with your footage. You do want to get to a point where you can reference back to these different events in your life, and it makes it easier not to just find it for vlogs, but to find it if you wanted to look back on a particular memory to show friends or to just look back on yourself. So that's pretty cool too. There's different ways you can go about organizing things. You can organize it by year, by places, there's a whole bunch of ways. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So find an organization style that suits you, and then it's not going to be perfect right off the bat. Over time you can tweak it and have it work for you. To be honest, I am still figuring out this whole organization thing. I do have a system in place, but it's not the best. And even if you do get it down, there are some times where I'm just super lazy and then I just import the footage and not even organize them at all. So not only do you have to find a really good organization system, you have to have the discipline to actually use said organization system. The next thing that I want to talk about is to experiment a lot and to adapt, be flexible. So of course with vlogging, each day is going to be different, and even though things are the same, you could change it up, and that one little decision that you make to change things up could change the whole vlog And it's cool. That's what I like about vlogging, is even though that, you know, I do have days where I just stay at home and work out, I could still switch it up. I could talk about something different, or maybe a package comes along and I can unbox that. So there's a lot of ways for you to think outside the box. And again, like the organization thing, I'm still learning, I'm still figuring this whole thing out. So all you gotta do is be consistent, and in due time, vlogging is just gonna be like this, and you can implement a lot of creative ideas very quickly and efficiently. Another thing that I want to talk about briefly is to have realistic expectations and to be patient. So when you're vlogging, it's gonna take a little bit of time for you to get used to it, for you to learn new skills, new editing techniques, to get better at speaking in front of a camera. And that's just gonna take time. It's not gonna be like an overnight thing to where you're able to just tell stories, you're able to just communicate effectively in front of the camera. And that's something, again, like the other previous tips, I'm still trying to get used to. And it goes the same with being successful in terms of vlogging. If you're expecting to blow up or go viral within, I don't know how long, you could, but it isn't very realistic. And if you have that expectation of going viral and then you don't go viral, you'll end up giving up, you'll end up failing essentially, and you won't ever achieve your dreams of becoming a vlogger. So that's just something to keep in mind. You gotta do this for the right reasons. For me personally, I am documenting my journey as a content creator. And along the way, I wanna give tips. So the person that I'm trying to talk to are different versions of myself. So the version of me, I don't know, maybe like a year or two ago that needed these sorts of tips. The me now where I can continue to inspire that person to keep going and to keep vlogging and to not give up. And then me in the future to sort of remind myself where I'm going and to keep myself in check. And the last tip, but not the least, is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. And that goes hand in hand with being consistent. When you practice, don't just do the same things over and over again in a way where you're just stagnant. Each time, make sure you're improving, make sure you're doing something different, make sure that whatever you do, you give your best. And it's kind of funny because these tips, they don't just apply to vlogging. They apply to life in general. And I always think about this. It's getting more towards this video becoming like a journal entry because I like to talk to myself about these sorts of stuff, but I really like how things go hand in hand. And if you know how to be disciplined in one thing, you'll know how to be disciplined in other aspects in life. And it's very cool, very fascinating to realize that and just to think about. But enough of the philosophical Jason. We are gonna get better at vlogging. I have a few trips planned this year, and I do want to take you along with me. I do want you to experience new things with me. I'm going to Europe for the first time in my life, and it's so exciting. I can't wait for that. So if you want to stick around, if you want to hang out, chill with me while I do my thing and while you do your thing, make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment letting me know what you want to see, because I'm willing to just take any sort of advice. Make sure to like also if you haven't already. If you stuck around to the end of this video, I really, really, really appreciate you. And I say that from the bottom of my heart because it's not easy listening to me, especially the boring person that I am. Maybe in future vlogs I can incorporate more of my cooking, or whatever I can cook, by the way, because I can't cook, and working out. Just more of my lifestyle. I do want to transition, not necessarily transition, but incorporate more lifestyle into these sorts of videos while continuing to do tech. So yeah, I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening.